Now I'm going to show you something you've been able to do before on Mac OS X and on other operating systems, but you do it differently in Leopard than you've done it before. And then I'm going to show you an extension of this capability. What I've got over here in this sidebar, and I'll talk more and more in detail about Finder windows later on, is I have the resources that are shared on the network to which I can connect. And in order to connect to another computer on this network, for instance, I automatically am going to try to connect if it will allow me to as a guest. I don't have a dialog. I just clicked there and that was it. If I want to log in, I can now connect as a user with my name and password to the other computer, and I will be able to see files and folders on the other computer as if they were on mine. I can manipulate them, open them, do whatever I want over the network. And when I say over the network, I mean any network to which I am connected and the other computer is connected, and where there is a path, both a physical path and a path through the security of the network and the networks involved from one computer to the other. So I can connect to a computer around the world. And all of this you've seen before in a different way. Notice this part of the operating system changes from release to release, and every time it gets simpler. The guest connection just happens as long as it can, and then I connect. Now, the display of this changes whether I'm in icon or list view or column view, but the same features are there. I can connect not as a guest, but as a registered user. This is the new thing. And this has never been in the operating system before. It's been in some third-party products, in some flavors, but not in the operating system. I'm going to share the screen of that remote computer. And I launch the screen sharing application. You'll see it's down here in the dock with its activity indicator here. And now I can connect as a user if I have the password, or I can ask for permission. And I'll demonstrate that part later on. But right now I'm just going to connect with my password. And a window opens, and what I'm looking at is another computer. This is in fact the computer across the network that I can look at inside this window. I can move this window around just like any other window. I can click here and I can move this window around. Not quite like any other window. Notice how it doesn't redraw very efficiently. And that's because I am moving the window on the other computer. Every movement of the mouse goes across the network to the other computer and back. And I happen to be able to look at this computer, which is across the room from me, and I can see that this window is moving on that other computer. I can come up here, launch applications. System Preferences is now running on the other computer. If I come into System Preferences and I come up here to change the desktop picture, let's go to the globe. I have changed the desktop picture here. I can look at the other computer. This is what's now the desktop on that computer. But my desktop remains what it always was. So I'm sharing a screen with another computer, and I'm able truly to share it. I can run on that computer across the network. Now I can either do it on my local area network or one to which I have access, but I can also do it among computers that are registered to the same .Mac account, and we'll talk about .Mac later on. But this is a service from Apple that you can sign up for that gives you email, disk space, lets you create web pages and blogs. And if I have two computers that share the same .Mac account, such as a home and office computer, then through the .Mac account, no matter where I am in the world, if I can get to the internet from both computers, then I can share their screens. So screen sharing turns out to be a very, very interesting feature and a very powerful new feature that we have in Leopard. Now, if that's not enough, I'm going to show you something that you have probably, definitely, never seen before on a Macintosh.